Quotes by political and military British leaders concerning Gandhi's freedom movement. This video presents historical viewpoints on Gandhi and his methods of resistance during the later stages of India's struggle for independence. They reflect the complex relationship between the British colonial administration and the Indian freedom movement. As with any historical context, it is essential to understand the perspectives of the time while considering contemporary perspectives and interpretations of Gandhi's legacy. Winston Churchill, Prime Minister during Gandhi's time. I dislike Gandhi's methods, they are objectionable. Also, his very presence in India is a public danger. Lord Birkenhead, former Secretary of State for India. Gandhi is an extremist of an incalculable and menacing type, and his wild vision of Indian nationalism is a danger to the empire, which should be crushed with force. Sir Stafford Cripps, British politician and diplomat. Gandhi's non-cooperation movement is nothing but a cloak for sedition and violence. It must be suppressed for the sake of preserving law and order. Lord Linlithgow, Viceroy of India. Gandhi's civil disobedience campaign is a threat to the stability of British rule in India. We cannot allow such insubordination to go unchallenged. Sir Richard Attenborough, British filmmaker, director of the movie Ghandi. While Gandhi's ideals inspired many, his methods were often impractical and caused significant disruption. Nevertheless, his influence on India's history cannot be denied. Lord Mountbatten, last Viceroy of India. Gandhi's insistence on partition and his non-cooperation movement led to the division of India and the creation of Pakistan. His actions contributed to immense suffering and loss of life. Lord Halifax, former Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs. Gandhi's advocacy of non-violence is an illusion. It merely invites more aggression and undermines the authority of the British government. Lord Irwin, Viceroy of India, 1926 to 1931. Gandhi's approach to Indian independence is unrealistic and unworkable. His demands for self-rule are premature, and his methods only lead to chaos and unrest. Sir Samuel Hoare, Secretary of State for India, 1931. Gandhi's civil disobedience movement is a misguided attempt to challenge British authority in India. Such actions will not achieve his desired goals and will only result in further oppression. Neville Chamberlain, Prime Minister, 1937 to 1940. Gandhi's actions are undermining the stability and progress of British India. We cannot afford to yield to his demands, which would jeopardize our imperial interests. Sir Stafford Cripps, British politician and diplomat, 1942. Gandhi's Quit India movement is a direct challenge to the British Empire. It is a threat to our war efforts, and we must respond firmly to maintain control. Lord Wavell, Viceroy of India, 1943 to 1947. Gandhi's vision for an independent India is impractical and divisive. His refusal to consider any form of compromise is prolonging the process of finding a suitable solution for both parties. Lord Clement Attlee, Prime Minister, 1945 to 1951. Gandhi's influence on the Indian population cannot be ignored, but his vision for an independent India is incompatible with British interests. We must focus on a peaceful transition of power while safeguarding our own. Field Marshal Sir Claude Auchinleck, Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army, 1941 to 1947. Gandhi's passive resistance approach is a hindrance to maintaining law and order. It undermines the discipline of the Indian Army and endangers the safety of British subjects. Viscount Wavell, Viceroy of India, 1943 to 1947. In his personal diary, Gandhi's non-violent protests have stirred nationalist sentiments among Indians, making it increasingly challenging for the British government to hold its ground. Harold Macmillan, Prime Minister, 1957 to 1963. Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence is a noble ideal, but it is not practical in the face of international challenges and conflicts. In conclusion, the quotes by British leaders on Gandhi's freedom movement offer valuable insights into India's struggle for independence. They reflect varied perspectives, tensions, and the enduring impact of Gandhi's nonviolent resistance. These historical quotes inspire us to pursue peaceful means of change and justice, resonating with the enduring power of courage and conviction. Quotes by political and military British leaders concerning Gandhi's freedom movement.